Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 apartment speed build video. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we are going to be renovating the 920 Medina Studios apartment in San Myshuno, and I'm really happy with how this apartment turned out. It's a little bit different from my usual style. We've gone for a little bit of a modern theme here, which I quite like. A lot of indecisiveness as always, but what else is new? If you are returning to the channel, then you know that I am a very indecisive builder, and if you are new to the channel, hi, I'm Rachel and I'm an indecisive builder, but we always get there in the end, and yeah, we always end up having a lot of fun with this. So this was no exception, and I decided to do this sort of like modern, chic, family friendly sort of feel to this apartment, or that's what I was aiming for. And here, when I'm doing the kitchen, we're experimenting with a lot of different color schemes and palettes and things like that, just to see what worked. And I'm actually kind of upset that we didn't keep the pink with the blue, because I think hot pink and dark blue really go together quite well, and I'm a little bit upset that we didn't keep that. But we end up going for more muted tones. There's obviously blue there. I think that wall behind the cooker is a base game wall, which I don't think I've used before, and I really like it. The texture of it is really quite nice, and the colour is just absolutely gorgeous. And if you know me as a builder, then you know that I'm a sucker for anything sort of dark teal coloured, because I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. So that's what we went for with this kitchen. We kept the colour scheme going, I believe, throughout the rest of the apartment. I know we kept the colour scheme with the living room, obviously because it's an open plan sort of space. I think it was quite important to do that. You don't want too many contrasting colours, but I think we just got the mix right. And again, using this really cute end table from Cool Kitchen Stuff, I think it's so versatile, and it really just sort of adds this extra dimension to the room. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy because it's just an end table, but it definitely adds a little something extra to the room. So I'm really pleased that we put that in there. I think we just ended up putting, yeah, this tray from Eco Lifestyle, which I think looks really nice. I use it in, I think since I started my YouTube channel, I think I've used it in every single one of my builds, because it's just a sort of like a space filler item. So I think it works quite well with a lot of things. So we're just cluttering up the kitchen here, trying to make it look a little bit more lived in. And we do experiment with some different dining room tables, because I wanted to make sure that we had obviously the island with the bar stools, but then I wanted to make sure that we had a separate dining room table as well. That was quite important to me, because this is supposed to be a family friendly apartment. There are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So we have the main bedroom and we have a children's room as well. And if you guessed it, yes, it is a twin children's room. That's just my go-to. I promised, I think in my last couple of videos, that I was going to sort of branch out and do some different things with children's rooms, but I haven't as of yet. Give me time and I absolutely will, but for now, let's just stick with what we know and stick with what we enjoy. And I love doing the children's rooms. So yeah, we do this cute little sort of dining area. I'm not convinced that that bar stool nearest to the window is functional. I do apologise. This is play tested, but I have a funny feeling I didn't play test the bar stools on the island, so I do apologise if that is not functional. However, I believe this apartment would sleep for up to 4 Sims. So obviously we've got the double bed in the master bedroom, and then we have 2 beds in the children's room. So I don't feel like it would necessarily be an issue, because there are still seats for all the Sims, and obviously they can come and sit in the living room as well to eat. So I don't think it would be too much of an issue. But this living room caused me so many problems, because I decided to do these diagonal walls just to open up the space a bit more, because the floor plan from the original apartment I don't think utilised the space very well. So I just tweaked things here and there, and I put these diagonal walls up, but it does offer a little bit of a sort of a blank space where there's nothing really going on. So for screenshots, I think that space possibly doesn't work that well, but in terms of gameplay and for the realistic element, I think that's what would probably happen in a real apartment. You would want to walk down the hallway and be presented with a sort of like a more open space, and then you've got obviously the living room to the left and the kitchen on the right. So I mean, as I've just said, I did have a little bit of a few issues with the living room area in particular, just sort of with the placement of the furniture and things like that, but we do get there eventually. I do some things off camera because I was so indecisive with it. I think it took me about 10 or 15 minutes to come up with this colour palette that you now see in the living room here, and it was too much footage to sort of narrow down, so I did it off camera and then just went back into it and started recording again. So that's why the living room looks like this. So obviously we've got the blues in there as well, and we've got a hint of orange, obviously tied in with one of my favourite rugs of all time, which I believe is from the Get Famous. Is it an expansion pack or is it a game pack? I think it's an expansion pack. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I should know this. I'm not very good with what's a stuff pack, a game pack, or an expansion pack. I think I should start doing my research really before I do these voiceovers. But hey, you know, that's just who I am. So moving on to the hallway here. Just cluttering it up and making it look a little bit more homey, a little bit more lived in, a bit more family friendly, because as I've said previously, this apartment is supposed to be catered towards a family. So this is the main bedroom. We end up keeping the blue stroke teal colour scheme. We put a cute fireplace here, which obviously is from the Eco Lifestyle pack, and a wardrobe and a chair, and I think we put a TV in there with some cabinets above and below as well, so it ends up looking quite chic and quite nice. With the children's room, obviously, as I've said before, we put the 2 single beds and we clutter that up, and then there is one main bathroom which is a decent size. I did try to put an ensuite off the master bedroom, but we were losing a lot of space in other areas of the apartment, so I decided to just keep it as a 1 bathroom apartment. But because the bathroom is on the larger side, I think it works quite well. So here we are, just obviously going in and tweaking some things, adding some plants and adding this really nice sort of entertainment centre in the bedroom, because as always I have left it out of the living room. I am so sorry. Once again, there is no TV in the living room. You guys must hate downloading my builds because there's never a TV in the living room. That must really annoy you. I should really work on that. I am sorry. I promised you I would work on it, and once again I've left it out of the build, so I do apologise. So we're just going in and adding some extra sort of decorative items to try and tie the room together and give it a little bit more personality. And we add some lights from Spa Day. I think those ones are from those little square ones. I think they work really well on exteriors of sort of more modern builds, but they also work on the interiors of builds as well. So I think they're quite versatile, really. So obviously we have a floor length mirror as well, so obviously your Sims will be changing into their clothes from the wardrobe and then spinning and then checking themselves out in the mirror on the way out. You know, that was my thought process with that. And then I had this really weird indecisive moment with that poster. I couldn't decide which swatch I wanted to use, which is weird because it's just a poster, but it was one of those things that it could either make or break the room, in my opinion, because I home in on a certain element of a room, and then I think it would be detrimental to the build if it's not the right swatch. Completely irrational, but that's the way my mind goes. Anyway, moving on to the children's room, and I wanted to try and keep this chic-ish, but obviously catered more towards, you know, the decorations that children would have in their rooms. So there's pops of colour and there's elements of, you know, toys and clutter and things like that. So it was a challenging room because I did want to keep it, you know, sort of flowing with the rest of the build. So it's you know, I don't know, the colours are quite muted, but there's pops of colour to just bring the personality through. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Now I'm rambling. So anyway, what have you guys been up to today? I've been at work all day today and I feel like I'm sleep deprived, which is maybe why I'm rambling. Maybe doing this voiceover wasn't the best thing to do tonight, but I really wanted to get this speed build out to you guys because I actually recorded this over the weekend and it's now Tuesday today, but I recorded it on, I think I recorded this on Saturday, and the plan was to do the voiceover on Sunday, but I got distracted as I usually do on a weekend. But I wanted to sit down after work today and get this voiceover done for you guys so that at least it's on the channel and you can watch it at your own leisure. But as always, this apartment is available to download from the gallery under my Origin ID, which is RachelPedd. The tray files are available to download from the description below. They are available to download via Sim File Share. Screenshots, again, as always, are at the end of the build, just in case you want to see how the apartment looks in-game. But thank you so much again for joining me here today. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you all for subscribing, liking, commenting, and watching my videos. This is a completely new experience for me, and I'm having such fun creating this content for you guys. So thank you so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So I just wanted to say thank you there. But tune in for the screenshots and I will see you next time. Bye!